I did not lose my wife all at once. I lost her slowly, quietly, in ways I could not see until it was already too late. And by the time I understood what had actually happened, I had not just lost her. I had lost my mother, my brother, my sister, my closest friends, every person I had ever loved. All of them, gone, and she had been the one holding the scissors the entire time. My name is James. I am 33 years old. I live in Austin, Texas. And I am going to tell you the story of how the woman I married, the woman I gave everything to, systematically dismantled every single relationship in my life while I stood there completely blind to all of it. This is not a story about a dramatic fight or a single moment of betrayal. This is a story about something much quieter, much more calculated, and in many ways, much more devastating than anything loud could ever be. Lauren and I met when I was 24. She was beautiful and sharp, and the kind of person who made you feel like the most important person in the room when she turned her attention toward you. I fell hard and I fell fast. My mother liked her immediately. My brother thought she was great. My friends said I had found someone special. Everyone approved, everyone was happy for me. Looking back, I understand that she was paying very close attention to all of those reactions. We dated for 2 years and got married when I was 26. The wedding was everything she wanted, and I was happy to give it to her. 300 guests, a venue outside the city, a day that felt like the beginning of everything good. It was also, I now understand, the day the real work began for her. The first thing I noticed, though I did not recognize it for what it was at the time, was how Lauren talked about my mother. It started small. A comment after a family dinner. "Your mum said something a little strange tonight, did you notice?" Or, "I don't want to make a big deal of this, but your mum made a comment to me in the kitchen that kind of hurt my feelings. I think she meant well, but it landed badly." I believed her every time, because why would I not? She was my wife, so I would bring it up gently with my mother. And my mother, who genuinely loved Lauren and would never intentionally hurt her, would be confused and apologetic and try harder the next time. But the next time there was always something else. Another comment. Another moment that had been slightly misrepresented. Another version of events that made my mother seem difficult or passive-aggressive or subtly unkind. Over 12 months, my relationship with my mother shifted. Not dramatically, just a slow cooling. I started visiting less, calling less. When my mother reached out, I was a little more distant than I used to be. I told myself she and Lauren just had different personalities, and that was normal. And I was navigating it as best I could. I was not navigating anything. I was being navigated. Then it was my brother. Ryan and I had been close our entire lives, 2 years apart. We talked on the phone twice a week minimum. He was the person I called when anything significant happened. Lauren started mentioning things Ryan had supposedly said. Offhand comments about our marriage, questions he had asked her privately that felt intrusive, a joke he made once that she had laughed off at the time, but had been bothering her since. I confronted Ryan about one of them. He looked at me like I was speaking a language he did not recognize. He said he had never said that. He could not imagine saying that. He asked where I had heard it. I told him Lauren mentioned it. Something moved across his face in that moment. Something I filed away without fully understanding. He said, "James, I think you should pay attention to what is happening around you." I thought he was being defensive. I told Lauren what he said, and she nodded slowly and said, "I was afraid of this. I think Ryan has always had a problem with our relationship." I did not want to say anything. I pulled back from Ryan after that. I still cannot fully explain how I let that happen. Then my friends, one by one, each situation slightly different, but the pattern always the same. A comment Lauren had overheard, a message someone had sent her that crossed a line, a situation where someone I loved had apparently shown their true feelings about our marriage when they thought I was not around. By year 3, I had become quietly isolated from almost everyone who had known me before Lauren, and I did not see it. I want to be honest about that, because it is the part of this story I find most difficult to sit with. I was not stupid. I was not weak. I was a person who trusted his wife completely, and that trust was used against me with a patience and a precision that I still find difficult to fully comprehend. The moment everything changed was a Tuesday evening in October. My mother called me. She had never been the type to push. She had watched the distance grow between us over 3 years, and she had been patient, and she had never blamed Lauren directly, and she had simply kept showing up in the small ways she could. But that Tuesday she called and she asked if she could see me alone, without Lauren, just us. I almost said no. I said yes. We met at the coffee shop she used to take me to as a kid. She sat across from me and she put her hands on the table and she said, "James, I need to tell you something, and I need you to really hear me." She told me everything, not just her own experiences. She had been talking to Ryan, to my old friends, to people Lauren had approached over the years with small, carefully worded stories about me, about my temper, my instability, my struggles. Stories designed to make them pull back from me before I could pull back from them. Lauren had not just been turning people against me, she had been building a version of me in everyone's minds that made the isolation feel like their own choice. I sat in that coffee shop for a long time after my mother finished talking. I did not cry. I did not say much. I just sat there with my hands around a cup that had gone cold and tried to make sense of a 3-year period of my life that had just rearranged itself entirely in the space of 20 minutes. I went home that evening. Lauren was in the kitchen making dinner. She looked up when I walked in and smiled. I looked at her for a moment, and I understood, clearly and completely and without any remaining doubt, that I did not know this person at all. I asked for a divorce 2 weeks later. She was shocked. Or she performed shock very convincingly. There were tears and apologies and a version of events that I recognized immediately as another carefully constructed story. She had a reason for everything, an explanation that made her the misunderstood one, a framing that almost made me question what my mother had told me. I did not question it. I had spent 3 years questioning the wrong things. The divorce took 8 months. It was not easy. She fought it in ways I had not expected and said things about me to people I had not even known she knew. But here is what happened during those 8 months. My mother came back. Fully, without hesitation. The moment I told her what I now understood, she drove to my apartment and she sat with me and she said, "I have been waiting for this phone call for 2 years. Ryan came back. Same day, he found out. He showed up at my door with food and stayed for 4 hours and did not bring up the fact that I had pulled away from him for 3 years based on things that had never happened. My friends came back, one by one, each conversation a version of the same thing. I always felt something was off, but I did not know how to say it to you. The people Lauren had worked so hard to remove from my life, they all came back, every single one, and she, the person who had spent 3 years carefully building walls between me and everyone I loved, left with nothing but the story she would tell about me to whoever came next. I am 33 now. I am not remarried. I am not sure I am ready for that yet, and I have decided to be honest with myself about that, rather than pretend otherwise. But I have my mother. I have Ryan. I have friends who know the real version of me and choose it anyway. Some mornings that feels like more than enough. Some mornings it feels like everything. If you are watching this and something in it feels familiar, the slow isolation, the quietly shifting relationships, the version of events that never quite matches what you remember, I want you to trust that feeling. Not every betrayal announces itself. Some of them arrive quietly and patiently and dressed in something that looks very much like love.